Hello guys, my name is Xenomorph96 back with another video. Let me just turn this sound down. A bit better, yeah you are. Yeah, hello, my name is Xenomorph96 back with another video. My name is obviously Xenomorph. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're one of my regulars, welcome back. Yes, we're on a different game today. We're on Need for Speed Heat, a good classic game, and I'm going to talk about the franchise in a second. But if you don't mind hitting that like button, don't forget to comment on this video, don't forget to share, and don't forget to also subscribe to the channel for more things. You're probably thinking right now, why do I want to talk about Need for Speed? I know probably some other YouTubers have probably talked about it, but not in full depth, probably from their own opinion. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to talk about my opinion, because I've actually played all the Need for Speeds. I played the very first two on, funny enough, an arcade machine, funny enough. I believe these arcade machines you can go to in where I am, you can actually go and play them. So the very first Need for Speed was called Need for Speed. That one came out in 1994. That was actually quite a good game. It was very, very pixelated, but it was really good to get into. Obviously, then they brought out in 1997 Need for Speed 2, which was also a good game. And then what you don't realise is they brought out Need for Speed 3, but Hot Pursuit in 98, which was the original Hot Pursuit, which was also a good game. But then we go to what I call the two side hustles. In 1999, yep, for enough, wait, I'd have been about 3-year-old then. But I didn't play it until I was about 5. They brought out Need for Speed High Stakes, which was basically a really cool game to get into because it was about how far you can go with the repetition and all that stuff. Then they brought out in 2000s, which I'd have been 4 at the time, but I didn't play it until exactly what I said, 5 or 6-year-old, which was Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed. Yeah, Porsche Unleashed, which was a good game, but it wasn't the game that we were looking for. Then I believe everyone will know this game, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, which came out in 2002, which was actually the very first start of the big races that came in with heavy hitters, and it was actually good. It was a really good game. A wonderful game to play. It was I just love getting chased by the police. You know, you do a couple of missions, you get chased by the police, and police were trying to get you, and it was kind of cool. You know how that dynamic would work between racer and law. And then some people between 2003 and 2004 grew up with these two classic games that probably set it off for their motion, which was Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2. Yes, they came out a year after. Underground came out in 2003, while Underground 2 came out in 2004. These were the two type of races that most people think, this was the underground racing that we didn't know about. You are correct if you thought that, because these are the games which were really good. The graphics on them were absolutely spectacular at the time, and obviously looking back at them now, I would love to go back and play them again and just replay it. I know they won PS2, so if you've got a PS2 console and you actually still got this game, please replay it, because it's a game it's weird for its time if you're playing it back now. So yeah. So both of the games were absolutely amazing. Then 2005 came, so we had to wait a little bit, and this is one of the games that is one of my favourite Need for Speeds. I don't know why it is, but I know it's my favourite. My favourite Need for Speed is Most Wanted. Yes, I said it. Yes, Most Wanted in 2005 was my favourite game. Reason why? You had the blacklist. You had to go through the blacklist to beat Razor, which was the ultimate bad guy. If you beat him, you get the cars, which I loved because it was who's the better racer type of thing, and I liked it and I loved it. Loved playing it. I played it about 10, 20, 30 times just to keep doing it. The funny thing is, I will say this. I kind of experimented quite a bit. So I had cars like the car you see on the screen, the BMW. Yeah, so I had cars like you see on the screen. Don't forget, never mind. Don't mind the number plate. But yeah, I had the Fiat Panda. I had all these different cars that I wanted to experiment how fast I can get up to the ladder. Then it was an exciting time for everyone because most wanted was hot selling. It was sold out like hotcakes basically. Then came around 2006, which was Need for Speed Carbon. And let me tell you this, Need for Speed Carbon, for me personally, was a successor. It was up there with the top two game. It was up there with the top four games. So you had Underground 2, and then you had Most Wanted, and then you had Carbon that came out. Carbon was absolutely amazing. It was basically going back, I believe how they put it, back to the town where you came from, and you were racing in that town, which was absolutely amazing because it was just, it was just a way of just showing what they can push. Yes, fair enough. If you did these boss battles, which were really cool actually, these boss battles, because you had to race them on the canyon run, and if you followed off, you end up destroying the car and ultimately failing the race. But it was good fun, and I really enjoyed it. Pro Street came out in 2007. Funny enough, a lot of people didn't like Pro Street because I know the reason why. Because I didn't understand it. To understand Pro Street was kind of easy because it's actually to do with racing in a legal environment. So you got proper races like drag, drift, everything, but it's in a legal setting. So it's like a event racing, basically, how they put it. And then the other game that came out, which was Undercover, Need for Speed Undercover, came out in 2008. That was a good game, really, really good game. I know you see it on the screen, on your screen now. It's raining, mate. I know it is raining. Let me just have a look. Did I get a? So yeah. Where did I get to now? Need for Speed Undercover was quite impressive because it was. You had to go undercover, so you thought you was a copper, you thought you was a police officer, and you had to go, well, you was a police officer. You're going undercover. How they were putting it down as you were supposed to be a police officer. In a police infested world. And then it all started to fall down a little bit quicker because you're probably thinking, why did it start falling down? Well, in 2009, let me just get up here right quickly, guys. Two 2009. Was the debut of Need for Speed Shift, which was supposed to be a drag racing scene. I did play it. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did, but not to the fullest extent. I didn't like the game personally, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't really like it because I didn't feel like I was supposed to be drag racing. But yeah, then it's gonna keep going this because then 2010 came. Now remember when I said back in 1998 they did Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit? Well, Need for Speed at EA decided to do the reboot of it. The reboot of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit in 2010, which, fair enough for saying it, in my prediction of this lowdown, was a success. Fair enough. It succeeded in a way where most games wouldn't succeed. It were very, in a word, eye catching. It was good at doing what it does. But yeah, it was a really good game. 2011 came, and everyone was expecting, after year by year, a new dominant you know, how do I explain it in a way? A dominant. When I say dominant, I mean a dominant. A dominant way of it being something else. Yes, Need for Speed did out. When I say it, give us the thing I didn't expect. We didn't. None of us expected. We had to drive from one city across to San Francisco, towards the Golden Gate Bridge, in a game called Need for Speed: The Run, and it was actually quite entertaining. It was quite unique because you had to get somewhere at a certain point at a certain point in time, and it was really good. Then 2012 came, and this is where I started to didn't like Need for Speed. I was starting to go off it a little bit, and the reason why I was starting to go off it because they made Need for Speed Most Wanted the reboot. Now you're probably thinking, oh, but reboots, Xenomorph, they're all right. No, they're not. Not in the gaming world. In the gaming world, you don't want a reboot game. It means you've got no faith in the game whatsoever. It means also, on top of that, as I'm barreling down here at about 160 miles per hour. It also means it destroys the franchise. It means it destroys the franchise as a whole. And personally, there were no blacklist. There were no that thing that I was expecting, and I didn't like it. I didn't end up. I did complete the story. I just didn't like it. It was not like the 2005 version of it, where it was just absolutely bang on the money. So after that reboot, they made in 2013 Need for Speed Rivals, which basically was different. was different because of one reason. You could play as both sides for the very first time, as they put it, funny enough. So you could play as a racer or a police officer. And it was very interesting because the story was completed in two ways. So I completed the game in the racer mode, and then I did cop mode. It was so good at its time that I think in my PlayStation right now, I've still got the game. It's still with me. It's the only 2013 game I've still got. I can't find the others because they're lost in time. But here we go. But yeah, it was a good game. It was absolutely brilliant. So remember back in 1994, they created Need for Speed. Yeah, 2015 came along and they made the reboot of it. Oh, I will let you know now. They did about 2 reboots of 2 very successful games. One absolutely took it, Hot Pursuit. In fact, they did 3 reboots because they did Most Wanted reboot. Hot Pursuit reboot was a victory. Most Wanted reboot failed. Then they did the Need for Speed reboot, which was live action. They tried to capitalise from 2005 on the reboot of 2005. So they thought they'd do the very first Need for Speed to reboot it. Yes, it did. Did it work? Yes, it did. But it wasn't fun no more. It just flopped in a way. And I guess I did complete it. I did complete the story. It was quite a good thing. It was weird to look at it in a way. How you would look at it. Yes, I still got it on my console today, but I don't play it. And then we go to Need for Speed Payback in 2017. Yes, it took 2 years. Yes, it took 2 years from 2015 to 2017 so we could get Need for Speed Payback. Need for Speed Payback was very good. It was very, very weird in a way. It was weird in a way because of one reason. It was different. It was a mixture of how they wanted to design it, as I get the feel of it, is you could design your car in any fashion possible, how powerful it is, how it handles, how it drifts, how it moves, as long as you win the race, which I get the idea. The story mode was really good on it. And then we come to the game that we actually on right now, 2019, it came out in Need for Speed Heat, which is the game that we've got. Was this successful? Of course it was. It was so successful. It were too successful. Need for Speed Heat dropped like now. It was just different. The story mode is absolutely fantastic. You know, the way you can do day and night is, and they split it like that in a way which was good. You've got a good collection of cars. I've got the actual M3 that I'm driving right now. And everything that was just, it came together so well. Then 2022 came. Oh god, do we have to talk about 2022? Need for Speed Unbound got released. I have played it, and I don't like it. It's too cartoony. So let's put it this way. Let me break it all down, and I'm going to go backwards this time. Need for Speed Unbound is too cartoony, and it was a waste of resources. Absolutely waste of resources. You've got Need for Speed, the reboot for 2015. That was a waste of resources. Should have never made it. 2012 Need for Speed Most Wanted reboot was a waste of resources. I'm going to go from the underground section going down. Undercover will go. So those two. What was I saying now? So Need for Speed Shift was a waste of time of making. Most Wanted reboot from 2012 was a waste of time of making. Need for Speed the reboot of Need for Speed 2015 was a waste of time, and Unbound was because it was too cartoony. Yes, the others like Need for Speed Rivals, Payback, Heat, the original Most Wanted. Yes, I said the original Most Wanted. Underground 2, Carbon, Pro Street, Undercover, and obviously Hot Pursuit reboot. By the way, were fantastic. I will say one thing: the Hot Pursuit reboot didn't take a lot away from the original Hot Pursuit. It added. There is a question I'm going to ask. I know EA are doing. They've just done the Battlefield. Is it Battlefield? I don't know if it's Battlefield 6 or Battlefield 7. I can't remember. I think it's Battlefield 6 now. I've lost. By the way, I have lost count. I did play the demo of it, and it is good. But I'm not a Battlefield person, so I'm going to ask this to once and only. Need for Speed, you got these resources to make a new Need for Speed. You have confirmed it that you will do a new Need for Speed. Here is something I'm going to ask. I will let you know now. I have gone onto your thing where I said you will be making a new Need for Speed. You've confirmed it. Even Google's confirmed it, which is funny enough to saying it. There should be a new Need for Speed coming out. But here's something I'm going to tell you. Can we go back to the basics? Now you probably don't know what I'm on about here. Need for Speed Heat, which we're playing right now, has got it. Right? And don't ask me why I'm saying this, because I don't know why I'm saying it, but I'm going to have to say it because it's the way I'm going to say it. Underground and Underground 2 brought people in who wanted to visit the underground scene, and it were absolutely epic. Heat, like we're playing now, was absolutely amazing for what it does. Story mode, everything. I'm going to leave out Payback because Payback was just more of a build your own car type of thing. I loved Undercover, Need for Speed Undercover. I will say that now. I loved it. I would love to go back to 2005, 2006 times. The reason why I'm saying that is because I love doing the boss battles in Need for Speed Carbon. Racing against the boss to prove that you race against the team, you beat every teammate, and you beat the boss at the end on the Carbon run. Loved that. That's your first option, right? Or we can go down my personal favourite, which is Most Wanted. I'd love to have a new Most Wanted. I'm not counting Most Wanted 2012 reboot. Didn't like it. Will never like it. I'm going back to the original Most Wanted. That's in 2005. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you can go back to that platform, 2002, and look at Most Wanted back in 2005, and make a new Most Wanted for what I believe you'd be doing it, is it 2027, 2028, roughly, and have it realistic like this, like this. You don't look. I'm actually doing that. There's no cartoonish, coming after me or anything like that. I don't want a cartoon version game. Not like Unbound. Unbound were absolutely horrible. It was so horrible, in fact, I'd rather puke. I'd rather go back to the city of I think it, believe it or not, it was Rockport in Most Wanted, and redo it again, or have a bit of an open world, but do it as Most Wanted 2, and do the blacklists again. I love doing them blacklists. You know, you're working your go, you're building your car up to be faster than the other opponent. You're racing it. You have a really good story mode about the you know what it's all about, and it'd be cool because then it's not saying Need for Speed's dead. At the moment, you're killing Need for Speed off slowly, and the reason why you're killing Need for Speed off slowly is you're making games like Need for Speed Unbound. It means to me and to probably all the fans who grew up playing Need for Speed that you've got no investment. I know your teams are small because you've had to do a lot of things, but like I'm going to say, please create a new Need for Speed Most Wanted, but call it number 2. Have the blacklist in it. If you want, even if you want to mix it up between all 3 of the games of Most Wanted, Carbon, and obviously Rivals, I would love to see it happen. You know, where you could, I know you could have one city where it's a blacklist, but the next city, the next part of the big city, is boss battles. You know, you've got to race the crew, and then you've got to beat the boss on a carbon run, and then probably the next city, you know, and then if you're doing it that way, and then you could have police officers. You could play as a police officer to try and take down these criminals when you're doing it, these races again. It's something that we need, and I would love to see it happen. You know, I would love to see more cars in it. I don't want to see Need for Speed in a paywall, and I've seen that quite a lot, quite literally. So from literally you got 2003, 2004, 5, 6. I'm going to stop it at 6 for a reason. Because from 7, right down to 2012 has been stuck behind a paywall. That you have to pay. You have to pay for this certain car to get it. You have to do this. It's going to be more like you're paying for something that you shouldn't even bother getting it. We should be appreciative of a game that we get as in Need for Speed. And you're probably thinking, well, you're probably going to say to me, well, Xenomorph, well, what do all you Need for Speed want? Well, we want to go back to the time of Need for Speed Most Wanted, where you had a blacklist. And it was a goal, a challenge for us to absolutely beat every single person on that blacklist. Become the best racer we can become. Have an absolutely nice, epic story. And to be honest with you, if you want to make the blacklist longer, make the blacklist longer. Make the story longer. Make it more about the culture of the racing industry. By doing that, you're building things out. You're going to have more things to do it. Mix it up, like I said, with you know, from 2005's Most Wanted, 2006 Carbon. You can mix it up with Need for Speed Rivals if if someone wanted to play as a cop for a change. You could do the next part of the career as a copper, as a police officer, but add the elements of, like I said, Need for Speed Heat into it as well. You've got 4 games there that could make one big game possible. You could have an open city, you know, 4 big cities, 4 different rules. So the player like myself and many other players who play Need for Speed can play the game in a way. And personally for me, that would make everything better. I'm not gonna brag on. I'm not saying, oh well, do this. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you advice. I'm giving you what we really need. We need the old games to make us better. So like Need for Speed Most Wanted from 2005, Carbon from 2006. We had, obviously, yeah, Rival 2013. Now we got Need for Speed Heat in 2019. This game came out in 2019, guys, if you're watching, and it's still good. I would love to see it. Or if you want us to if you want to, I don't know, to put us on until you build a new game with that type of criteria, why don't you just do, I don't know, a remastered version of Most Wanted from from 2005, just to keep us going. I won't mind playing a remastered version of it, as long as it's free to download, because obviously that game's come out and it knows what it does. So you're just giving us something to play until you get something going. But it needs to be good. In fact, I'm going to just jump in to do this drift. But yeah, it's something we need, personally. I've got to follow him. And like I said, it's different in a way. I do apologize if this guy does talk. But yeah, we need something different. See, we need. We need a game that's going to be better for us. So I had to concentrate on what you had to say. Reach 45k. Wow. We need something that's going to be good about what we need to do on the game. We need a Need for Speed back in the day that would challenge us. That's what, games that I just mentioned did. Oh. We don't need cartoon games. We need games like this that would just. We need games that I would love to see. You do a game that's based on Most Wanted again, with the blacklist and everything. Yeah, this car doesn't drift. And I need a game that's gonna be. I need a game that's gonna be better. And I know, you're gonna probably say, oh, but we've got you the game that you need, or something. No, Unbound is not what I want. I want to be back at playing the Need for Speed Most Wanted from 2005, 2006. You know, carbons and all that. That's the games I want to go back to playing. That's what I want to see brought up. I want that to be brought up to the 2000 era, where I can jump back onto a Need for Speed game and play it like no tomorrow, and have a blacklist to work on against. You know, beat the opponents, become #1 racer. Not just to be. Well, let's put it this way. Left in the dust, as we call it. And it'd be nice to see it happen, in other words. I know you guys at EA and obviously Criterion, you can do it. I know you can do it. And I've seen you do it. I've seen you build games and the long-lasting memories. That's what I get. I want a game to be. Oh, God, just crashed into that car. I'd love to see it happen. I get the thrill of having a memory of a game which kept me going. And so remember, your Most Wanted, your Carbon back in that day, 2005, 2006. One. Don't worry, my car's not sliding enough. But yeah, like I said, I would love to see it happen. And it sounds like I'm trying to toot the horn a little bit. I'm not, fortunately. I'm just trying to give you guys that EA criterion of what people really want. We want to go back to the old times where it was something to work to. Like the blacklist was a way of working to be the best. If we wanted to be 10th and we're right at the bottom, we would work our butt off to become 10th. And it seems to me that you've lost that opportunity in a way. Like I won't play the new one that you brought out, Need for Speed Unbound, because it's boring. And I'll say it is boring because it's got nothing to do with the Need for Speed era. And I'm gonna say it. Yes, I probably could make a better game out of it. I'm not saying I would, but I know you guys know right away. You want to. When I think of Need for Speed, whoops, just went over cut grass. I want to be able to have a long-lasting memories. You know, of a game that. You know, I want to be able to have their memories and go, that game was cool. That game actually meant something. I don't want some reboot of a game that's made many years ago. No, I want a game that's fresh. Even if you took some ideas from the older games, from the early 2000 games. It would make a difference. And I'm not saying it as, you know, that's what we need, right? Well, in fact, that's what I am saying. We do need it. We do need a game that's going to be impactful. We need a game that's going to give us lasting memories. We do need a game that's going to give us, you know, that moment where it's going to be challenging. I love doing the blacklist back in 2005. Going against who was it? The ringleader of Razor. Loved it. It means so much. It meant so much to me. Doing that because it meant that I could race the people, and yes, if I got beat by them, whoops. Yes, if I got beat by the person, yes, I would do some smaller races, build my car back up, redefine myself, and understand that I can't always just go in head first. That's what Need for Speed was about back in the day. Yes, it was about racing, but also about how quick can you be. And funny enough saying it, I enjoyed that era. it was really good to see. I would love to see it back, the era. Because it will mean more. Even if you did do Need for Speed Most Wanted 2, to bring it all back and bring, you know, Razor back. You know, you had Razor, you had Darius, I believe, from Carbon, you had Cross, who was always wanting to get you. Had a new team you had to beat and take down. I would love that. It means we could finally have a final chapter. You know, seeing the player character beat them again, basically, and have the ability to just win the race with talent, with your own talent behind the wheel. You know, that's what it was all about, the racing scene. Oh, what was it doing? Ah. Very well. Sorry, but I've just, you know, getting collectibles like this is even cool as well. I would just love to see it happen, if you know what I mean. Oh. I'd love to be back in the driver's seat of back into Most Wanted. You know, a game that I obviously love and cherish, you know. I'd love to do it one more time, you know. Take down Darius, take down Razor one more time, take down Cross, the fact, because obviously Cross was a bounty hunter. He wanted to get you every time. But you always outthinked him. It'd be nice to see it all happening. Yes, I will say on this platform, on YouTube, of course. I do see it. You know, people are making fan-made versions of a new Most Wanted. Make it dream come true. Make this dream come true. You know, where it does come alive and it's. And we do have that ability to. You know. You know, race like we want to own the streets. You know, race that our life depends on it. we don't want the Need for Speed, Unbound where it's all cartoony. No, we don't want that. We don't want reboots of a reboot. Why I'm saying that is because we don't. We want a game that's going to come full circle. We would love to see a new Most Wanted, but a Most Wanted 2, not a reboot version of Most Wanted. No, we don't want to see, a version of like that. We want to see a Most Wanted. So if you are going to do a Most Wanted, for example, we do want to see a Most Wanted 2, but do a Most Wanted 2 where we have to do Blacklist again, or something like that. We need to go back to the original. Original settings of original settings of Need for Speed, back into where the Underground 2 came from, back where Most Wanted came from in 2005 and 2006, and build a game where it's going to be better than what we've got now. I'm not saying Need for Speed Heat is rubbish. I'm saying Need for Speed was really good, and you just spoiled it with Unbounded. We don't want to see games like that. We want to see a game where it's different. We want to see the version 2. We don't want to see a remake of Most Wanted. We want to see the part 2 to Most Wanted. That's what we want to see. We want to see something, bigger, better, stronger. And that's all I can tell. That's all we want. Something that's going back in time from the Underground to Carbon series to be made up to date now. Obviously, guys, if you are still watching and understand what I'm on about, and you do agree with this, it needs to be done. I believe it needs to be done quickly and fast. Obviously, that's all I got time for, guys, at the moment, because obviously I had to get this off my chest, as it was just painfully it was just absolutely playing with my mind. I know some YouTubers have talked about it, not a lot, from their personal experience, and I thought I'd do my personal version of it. So, EA, Criteria, congratulations. Yes, you did release Battlefield 6, which I did play a demo of. It is a good game, but not everyone is a Battlefield player. A lot of people are like I'm what I am now, a Need for Speed player. We love our cars. Please don't put the new Need for Speed game behind a paywall. because it's pointless of putting it behind a paywall. Give us everything. No, we've already paid, what is it, 50, 60 quid worth of a game now? Give us a game that's not behind a paywall. And give us a game that's... It's going to be good to see. Oh, failed that one. You know what I mean? Let's make a new Need for Speed. And if you are think you're gonna go down the Most Wanted route, please give us the old version of the Most Wanted with the updated stuff, blacklist, everything, so we can be challenged. It'd be better that way, because it means we've got something to look forward to. We've got something to to look at and say, oh, you know what? Maybe this game ain't bad after all. We need a game that's going to be, in other words, let us be the racers. Let us grind up that blacklist. That's the type of games what we want. We don't need some type of cartoon game. We need a game that's going to be... Let's put it this way. Most Wanted Carbon Territory. Original, 2005, 2006 era. But up to date with up to date features. Let's have the blacklist, let's have all this. I would love to see it come up in the new in the new, you know, the new game. But that's all up to you. Don't disappoint the fans. Yeah, criteria. Obviously, guys, if you just watch this video from start to finish, thank you very much for your time, for absolutely watching this video. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and obviously comment on this video. Like, what would you like to see in the new Need for Speed? Would you like to see it from the underground, the original Most Wanted from 2005, Carbon era, or would you like to see some stupid, pointless cartoon games which makes no sense whatsoever? I've been your host, 16Morph96. Peace out.